Hey besties, it's Krystin and welcome back to today's Friday DIY video. Today we're going to be making the Paper Edition Peanut Butter and Jelly Squishmallow Duos. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first we're going to need some paper, some packing tape or scotch tape if that's all you have, and we're also going to need some stuffing. The markers that I'm using are the Ohuhus, which I'll leave a link for these on Amazon down in the video description. We're also going to need a pencil and eraser, and I've already sketched out my image, which I'm going to lightly erase some of the lines to make it a little bit lighter. Those are the markers we're using for the jelly toast. Now I'm going to get started sketching out the shape of the toast. Honestly, the Squishmallow food ones are probably my favorite that I have in my collection. Which one are your favorites? I kind of want to do more of the food and toast paper Squishmallows. Which ones would you guys want to see me do next? Now that we've sketched out the shape of the toast and the crust, I'm going to go in with a lighter pink for the jelly details. I've added in the highlights. Now we're going to add in the pink cheeks. I'm just using that same pink shade. Next, we're going to sketch out the jelly outline. The jelly is definitely more of a purple color, and I think it looks super yummy. So we're going to go ahead and do all of the outline and make sure to watch for that strawberry. Go ahead and just color in all of the jelly. Make sure to not go over your cheeks or your other details. Just take your time. I've sped up my footage, which makes it look like I'm going a little bit faster, but this definitely took me a bit of time. Now go into your strawberry and trace around the seeds, which are white. If you mess up, you can use some whiteout or a Posca pen if you have one. But just take your time with the strawberry and add in the green leaf as well. Color that in, and now we can move over to the eyes. Squishmallow eyes are so adorable. The difference with the jelly toast from the peanut butter are these eyes have cute kawaii little lashes on the side. And there we've just done our first front. Now we need to match the back. For this one, it's super simple. You're just going to need to match the color of the toast on the back. Try to make it as less streaky as you can. Place them together and cut out the front and the back pieces of paper like this. And take your time. You can go along with your marker to fix up any mistakes. Now that we have that done, we can move on to the jar of peanut butter, which I've sketched. Erase some of the lines a little bit to make it more faint. These are the colors that I'm using for the peanut butter jar. I'm going to start by drawing in the peanut butter areas of the jar. Take your time with this because you want it to look as close to a squishmallow as we can get it. Then go ahead and completely color these parts in. Make sure to watch for your cheeks, your eyes, and your mouth on the top part of the peanut butter. Then continue coloring it in. If you want to get rid of some of the streaky parts, you can just do longer strokes when you go back in, like this. These markers blend together really nicely. Now let's add in the peanut icon. I drew this by making two longer circles. Some stretched out ovals, and the top one has a bit of a point to it for a peanut look. I'm just going in with a darker brown to add in the details of the peanut, like on the squishmallow. Now let's color in the rosy cheeks, and the eyes and the mouth. These ones are just your circles. The jelly had the lashes. These ones are just the circles, which are super cute too. Now we're going to go ahead and add in the label and the jar cover. I'm using this blue teal shade. The jar cover has ridges on it, which we'll add in later with a gray, just to add a little dimension so it looks realistic to the squishy. Now we'll color in the label, which is all just blue. But be very careful not to color in the peanut icon. Now go in with a gray, and I'm just adding the ridges to the jar, just like the squishy has. And now we've completed the front, so once again, we need to go ahead and cut this out so we have two of the same shapes. The back of this one's going to be a little bit different because we're not going to need eyes or the peanut shape, but we still need the jar cover, label, and the peanut butter. So just go ahead and add that in for the back. And added the ridges on the lid as well. And there is the front and the back for the peanut butter jar, and we also have the front and back to the jelly toast. Now we just need to start the assembly. We're gonna need our tape. Again, I'm using packing tape because it's wider. Now what you're gonna wanna do is take your tape and completely go over the front and the back. This is gonna make it stronger so that you can squish it and you don't gotta worry about the paper ripping. And take your time with this so there's not many creases in your tape. So now we have the front and we need to attach the back side. Be careful when you're attaching this to make sure that you keep an opening so that we can add the stuffing. You only need to keep it a couple inches wide just so that we can put it in. And if you don't have stuffing, don't worry because you can cut up paper towel or even toilet paper. And it works just as good. Now let's do the same thing to the jelly toast. We're gonna cover the front and the back to make it durable while still keeping a little opening for the stuffing. Which one's your favorite of the two? The jelly toast or the jar of peanut butter? These are super cute, even as a bestie gift, as the duos. If you guys want to see me do more paper squishmallows or even duos, leave a comment in the comments so that I know which ones you guys want to see me recreate. And now we have the pocket on this one as well. So now let's go ahead and stuff them. I'm gonna put as much as can fit because I really want these to be puffy like a squishmallow. Just be very careful so that you don't rip it, and you want to make sure that it goes in evenly. And once they're completely filled, you're just going to go back in with more tape so that you can close up that top part. And this is also a perfect time to see if you've missed any spots. I usually always miss some spots and have stuffing hanging out the bottom. Take your time with the corners as well. You can already see how puffy it is. And there's the jelly toast, so let's finish the jar of peanut butter, adding in our stuffing, making sure to get it all the way to the corners. And I'm making this one puffy as well. And again, go ahead and seal it up and any parts that you might have missed. The last piece of tape. And there we just made our super easy paper squishmallow duos, the peanut butter and jelly toast. These were super easy. You can add them to your paper collection or give them to your best friend. If you guys want to see me recreate more squishmallows or paper squishies, leave a comment below on what you would like to see me create. Make sure to give today's video a thumbs up and of course that you guys are subscribed. I'll see you next time.